Well, Arsenal has been tipped to really destroy City on the 26th of April by Gary Neville. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? First video of the day, and I know you more guys are really anticipating for what Rokani is going to say about this, but you know, I'm going to give you my view and my stand over this. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Remember, we hit 13,000 subscribers like 2 days back, and let's continue subscribing because we want to see this family growing and growing and growing and growing bigger. See to it that we hit 14,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Then we are discussing a little bit of Ian Wright coming out and really calling out. People have gone ahead to really put out racist remarks or attacks on Bukayo Saka after missing a penalty against West Ham. That is bad. I also coming through and really call out those people, but we're going to see what Ian Wright is talking about. And lastly, Elneny, having started up an academy in London, has gone ahead and really told us how he feels being out of the team, yet he is really injured, but extended his contract at Arsenal. So let's just go into these stories and see what they are all about. Now, Gary Neville, pundit at Sky Sports, that's where he does his punditry job at. He told us that Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, Jesus can go and rip cities to shreds a week on Wednesday. They can go and score 3 goals at Etihad. That's what they've got to think. They've got to think they are going to go and create history. You've had a great season and win on Friday, that is against Southampton, and I don't think of anything else. I'm sure they'll be good enough to beat Southampton on Friday night, but that's a really important match for them. That is Neville, Gary, and I'm shocked that Gary is really shifting goalposts. He has gone ahead and really told us that Arsenal are not winning the trophy. You know, he laid his yardstick that if at all Arsenal go at Anfield and beat If Arsenal goes at Anfield and beat Liverpool, then they'll be in for the trophy. That's what he said. But after drawing against West Ham, drawing against Liverpool, giving away their 2-goal lead in both games, he's coming out and telling us that Arsenal can really rip City to shreds on Wednesday, 26th of April. Does that make sense? To me, does it make sense, according to Gary Neville? Because he would have been jubilating that his prediction is nearly coming to realization, you know, or to mushrooming, but he's trying to really have his stand divided. His stance is really divided, according to me. But on ripping City apart, I think Arsenal can do it. But on what grounds? Scoring goals past City, Arsenal will, but can Arsenal defend? That's the big question. Can Arsenal go all out and defend against City? Because they will go ahead and really maybe get the early goal, even get 2 or 3, but with the attack force of City, I know they're firing in goals. Can Arsenal defend? Because City put 5 past RB Leipzig, they put 6 past Burnley, they put 4 past Liverpool, and they put 3 past Leicester City. So it looks like their recent 5 games, it's only W's. And Arsenal last got a win when they're playing Leeds. You know, on their return to playing at Liverpool, they capitulated. They gave away a 2-goal lead. We thought that, all right, that point at Liverpool was okay, not until they did the same thing at West Ham. So to me, my concern is simple. Can Arsenal defend? That is it. If they can defend their lead against City, they can beat City. If they can't really defend their lead at City, then they're in trouble, because City will attack them left, right, and center at Etihad, because it's really going to be a finale, as Pep Guardiola and other City players have gone ahead to call it out. Erling Haaland came out and put out a tweet that they're going to hunt for Arsenal. I think it was around September. And obviously right now, if City win their game they have in hand, they'll go just 1 point behind Arsenal, and they'll be playing them on the 26th of April. So I think Gary Neville has some sense in what he's saying. Arsenal can tear apart City. Their front three is really deadly and dangerous, but can the back four of Arsenal stop Haaland, Riyad Mahrez, and Jack Grealish? That's the big question of the day, and it might really turn out to look something that is really impossible, but nothing seems impossible, not until it's done. So, he's calling of Arsenal going there to make history. Obviously, if Arsenal beat City at Etihad, they would have gone ahead to make history, because that will be a title winning win, because they would have taken their points to 4, meaning the points they'll be ahead of City. That will grant them a chance that even if they lose one other game and City win, City will be 1 point behind Arsenal. So Arsenal has all what it takes to beat City, if at all their defense is really not shaken. And that's where the Saliba question comes in through. Will Saliba be available next Wednesday? Let's wait and see what the physicists are going to tell us, especially Mikel Arteta, and in his press conference is going to hold on Thursday, when they are really preparing for Southampton. But Southampton is a game that Arsenal should win. You know, if Arsenal win against Southampton, at least they'll find themselves in a position of being fired up as they head to Etihad. As Gary Neville is saying that they're not going to find any hardships in really winning that game. Let's pray to it that they do, because it's really a hard game for them. Southampton fighting for their life. They drew with West Ham, a team that was fighting for their life in the relegation zone. Now they're playing another one that is in the relegation zone. We know most of us came out and said it's a given for West Ham to lose to Arsenal, but obviously West Ham just came back because of poor Arsenal defending, and they really scored 2. So will Southampton do the same to Arsenal? Let's watch the space and see how that's going to pan out in the next 2-3 days from now. But obviously Arsenal need to continue doing what they are doing, because they are looking good. They are looking good. Their attacking prowess is undoubted, but their defending prowess still has big question marks to answer in there for you. So that's Gary Neville calling in for Arsenal to go all out and really destroy a side known as Man City. But let's wait and see how that is going to happen. Now, The Athletic conducted an interview onto Ian Wright, the Arsenal legend. He does his predatory job at the Premier League TV and BBC. Sorry about that. And he's still not yet done with Bukayo Saka, because he's one of those people that has gone ahead to defend Bukayo Saka. And I think the English media is so much defensive onto their own talent. Now, he has said, Saka will always be our star boy no matter what. He has my unequivocal support, and I would expect everyone around Arsenal to do the same. Vocal support matters. I want him to know we will always rally around him. Then you see the racism. As a black player, that is always there. It's not enough to miss the penalty and take the disappointment that comes with that, because as black player, you must also take racist abuse. He's just asking, because a black player, you must also take a racist abuse. It's the question, it's ending with a question mark. Now, to me, I like the backing that they're giving Bukayo Saka, and I call out everyone who is really throwing racist abuses to Bukayo Saka, because they're unnecessary. You know, why didn't you go ahead and really attack Harry Kane when he missed the penalty in the World Cup that would have seen England go into extra time with France? I never saw those abuses coming into Harry Kane. It shows you that people attacking Bukayo Saka and calling him black are whites. So I call out that that's not what the game of football is all about. The game of football is all about the unity, and you're supposed to back your players, especially Bukayo Saka. 12 goals this season in the Premier League, 10 assists for Arsenal. Just continue doing the needful and supporting the player, because if he erupts in the remaining 7 games, Arsenal wins the trophy. You know, losing the battle doesn't mean you've lost a war. You know, Arsenal have lost the battle, but the war is still on, and I think Bukayo Saka is still ready to really fire up. Amidst him having a bad spell in his previous 3 games for Arsenal, I think he can find himself to the level of really rising up to the occasion and get Arsenal some good win they really deserve. But missing a penalty is normal. Saka, Rashford, Sancho missed those 3 penalties in the Euros finale at Wembley. They were attacked left, right, and center. When Harry Kane missed out that World Cup, a bigger event than the Euros, he was not attacked. You know, he got a clean slate. So, I would love to advise everyone in the game of football that the game of football is reactionary, but racism should stop. Racism should be stopped in the black community, because a black player, when he does something and is thrown under the bus of racism, then that's what we call unfair judgment being carried onto these players. So that should end immediately. Elneny has gone ahead and really spoken about how he feels at Arsenal. He has said, I'm not on the pitch, but I'm still a part of what is going on at the moment. For me, when I come to our football club every morning, it's not in my mind that I'm not playing. No worry, I come with a smile on my face to give energy to people when they need it. I come in every day and I try to give everything to my family because we work as a family, and I try to look after my family. I try to give everything to this family to be successful. I talk to them, I listen, we discuss things about football and non-football. So that has been reported by Marky M. Brands. He's a sports journalist for The Passport, covering Arsenal and England. So Elneny looks like he's not isolated. He's part of the squad. He needs to come back at London Colney every morning and really do his recoveries, because his season ended, but that does not really see him out of the club for so long. So he keeps coming into the club of Arsenal and obviously talk to the players, because he's gone ahead and told us that this is his family, and he believes that it's a family that has gone ahead to see him discuss things concerning football and non-footballing issues. So that is Elneny for you. Remember, Elneny went ahead and really started up an academy that is calling in for unprivileged people or young children in England to really try to train and obviously give them what we call green light. You know, those unprivileged people or young children have turned out to be the greatest players in the game of football, not so? So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Tell me your thoughts about Gary Neville tipping Arsenal to destroy City on the 26th. That is next week. Do you think Arsenal can or not? Then your thoughts about Ian Wright on Bukayo Saka and calling out people throwing racist abuses to him. I also call out for it, and it's really something bad. So Elneny calling this Arsenal team his family, whether on the pitch or not on the pitch. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God give you the best that you guys deserve. And my Muslim friends, Ramadan Karim, because it is soon coming to an end. I'm meaning the holy month of Ramadan. I think it's Friday or Saturday. That's when Eid is going to be celebrated all over the world. Bye-bye.